if you really look at the layout of the division right now, and meaning 154 and 160 pounds, there's really not much out there for Miguel Cotto to work with. Now, many people expect him to defend his WBC 160-pound title in his next fight. Take in mind, Gennady Golovkin on February the 21st, 2015, is going to be taking on Martin Murray in a very, very big fight. I'm going to do that in a separate video. But the winner of that will be the mandatory for Miguel Cotto. So basically, Miguel Cotto at the end of this year, or very early in 2016, if he's still around or does not decide to vacate his title, will have to fight the winner of Martin Murray versus Golovkin, no ifs, ands, or buts, or he will have to vacate his title. The WBC has been forcing their mandatories. So looking at what's out there right now. Now we know he's not taking on Saul Canelo Alvarez. Many people thinking that he's ducking Alvarez. I look at it like this. He's Miguel Cotto. He's the type of guy where he feels that somebody like Saul Canelo Alvarez is below him. And also, he wanted it to happen on Cinco de Mayo. And Miguel Cotto is Puerto Rican, not Mexican. So the fight can still happen. It can happen later on this year, but it all depends on what Miguel Cotto's going to be doing next. Now, looking at the 160-pound division, okay, you got Sergio Martinez. You might as well say he's semi-retired. You got Peter Quillen, who's going to be taking on Andy Lee, who's also a hangman fighter. You got Billy Joe Saunders. You got Chris Eubank Jr., and I think, really, realistically, at 160 pounds, Sam Solomon, Daniel Gill, you got, and I'm talking about somebody that Miguel Cotto would probably fight if he could. It's really, honestly, it's not nothing there. And then when you look at 154, you would think, well, why won't in a comeback fight, I guess, go pursue a fight with Austin Trout to get that win back right now? I mean, after all, he avenged his loss to Antonio Margarito when Margarito had the plaster. But I say to myself, as far as fights out there for him, there are fights out there for him at 154 pounds. But I guess it's all about what Miguel Cotto thinks he can do as far as marketing. Now, the Sergio Martinez Miguel Cotto fight, or excuse me, Cotto versus Martinez fight didn't do, anywhere near expected what it was supposed to do. And then looking at the 154-pound division, it's like, if his next fight is not at 160, and pretty much I'm thinking to myself, it's going to be at 154. I asked myself, well, who would he fight? Now you got Erislandy Lara. Of course, we already talked about Canelo. We already talked about James Kirkland, who's fighting somebody else. I would love to see him versus Gabriel Rosado, to be perfectly honest with you. Meaning Cotto versus Rosado. But Rosado's going to be in, BKB with Curtis Stevens. You got Demetrius Andrade, who would give Cotto major problems. I don't think Cotto would even go that route. Vince Martirossi. And like I said, a lot of these guys are Heyman guys too. So, realistically, if Cotto does fight somebody, honestly, I don't expect it to be a big name fight, to be perfectly honest with you. I expect it to be like a comeback-ish type fight. Now, remember, the last time he fought was in June. So, by the time he gets back into the ring, it looks like it will be, closer to a year or so layoff. And he's 2-2 in his last 4 fights. So, like I said, we just got to wait and see, what he does, because I can't even predict or think, well, who would he possibly fight? Because, of course, fans would say Floyd Mayweather. Let's just leave that alone right now. A Floyd Mayweather fight can happen, but not on May 2nd, 2015. Let's just leave that alone. So, Cornelius Canine, you got that fight out there. Maybe he would want to go after, Anthony Mundine. Just don't know. But I'm teaching. He should get Joshua Clottey. Miguel Cotto should get Joshua Clottey. Again. T-Street Controversy. I almost forgot about that. T-Street Controversy Live. Please subscribe.